How to attract girls in your 30s and dealing with shit tests. So, what is this video going to be about and my promise to you? Well, my name is Deni and I manage social media profiles, mainly Tinder, and this is my specialty. I've run over 100 Tinder accounts last year alone, and I do a range of apps. I do Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, Instagram, everything, okay? You name it, and these are just some of my results. Why am I telling you this? Well, I learn from my own dating life and by helping others. It's that simple, okay? None of this is like just Googleized theory or anything off AI. This is stuff that I've done. You can see here, you can pause the video. Let's get into the guide. So, stage one, what is a shit test? So, in this section, we'll be talking about what a shit test actually is, and then we're going to be talking about the main principle of shit tests here in stage two. Stage three, how you can actually deal with the shit test. And as we progress, then we're going to be talking about more tactics of psychology and how you can condition a girl to do whatever you want her to do to be able to manipulate her, etc. And then finally, in the final stage, this is where we're going to go really in depth into some advanced lessons of core manipulation on basically how you can get a girl to do literally anything. It's going to be a great video, okay? It's going to be really juicy. If you stick with me, you're going to love this, okay? So, first things first, what's a shit test? What does that even mean? Some of you guys have clicked on this video and you're like, what does that mean? Well, a shit test is pretty much this, okay? So it's a way where girls test to see if you're actually masculine, and they try and see if you have confidence. They want to challenge and see if you're insecure. That's what they do. They want to see if you're confident, and that is the main idea of it. Now, I've got an example for you. As you can see here, typical conversation on Tinder, nothing special. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now, as you can see here, I told her I was thinking wasting cowgirl, neck, and missionary. Well, forgot we were talking about pictures there, so this is just me flirting, have my line. Now, obviously, she threw a shit test. She said, think you need a cold shower. Now, obviously, in this scenario, this girl is trying to throw something in the way to throw me off and make me feel insecure, maybe, push me away, right? She doesn't want me to be with her, essentially, in a way. Now, she doesn't mean that. It's just a way to challenge and test whether I am who I say I am, like a masculine man, right? And what I do here is, instead of getting insecure, instead of telling her off, instead of being upset about it, I tell her, yeah, with you, but then I end up being soft. So now I made a joke out of it. I told her that I still want to, have a sexual activity with her. And this is in turn how you pass a shit test. And I'll be showing you how you can do that in multiple ways, because texting is not the only way where girls will shit test you. They'll shit test you in many ways. But why do girls actually shit test us in the first place? Why do they even do this? Why do they put us through this brain dead shit? Like, it's not nice. I'll be honest with you. A lot of guys hate it. Well, shit tests are used to challenge a man and see if they're confident and secure in themselves, okay? Girls will unfortunately use many shit tests to challenge you so they can see if you're worth dating or sleeping with. The harder they are, the more shit tests they throw your way. It's a way of testing your emotional balance and maturity. It's ironic because it's pretty immature to test people like that. I know. Like, imagine testing people because you want to see if they're worth your time. That is pretty fucking immature. That's what girls do. And I'm going to be doing my very best to show you how you can deal with these shit tests and how you can have, essentially pass these stupid things that girls do in this guide. And I'll be breaking down every single test that they will put you through. And if you watch this guide, you'll do pretty fucking well. Okay? So, what is the principle or law of shit tests? Okay? So, shit tests are actually good, believe it or not. As much as you hate them and you wish you didn't have to deal with them, they're not that bad, okay? Girls will shit test you if they think you're worth dating or sleeping with. And if a girl does not shit test you, it means she tolerates you and does not care about you. Think of it as your mom telling you off as a kid. You'd get mad at her, but it's because she cares about you. Now, by all means, a girl is nothing like your mother. Shit tests are annoying, but we must learn to deal with them, okay? It's also fun to deal with them because once you understand how they work, you can pretty much get any girl in the planet to do what you say. So, girls giving up sex is the most valuable asset, and they decide who to give it to based on their shit tests, okay? And if you use the valuable lessons in this guide, you can actually shit test the advantage of making a girl attached to you. So, women do shit tests subconsciously. It's actually natural to them and hardwired into them. Even if they do it, it's not an insult or to reject you. It's actually a gesture of respect that you're worth dating and you must pass her tests, which is ridiculous because at the end of the day, I would argue that a majority of guys who are in shape and, they have money, they still get shit tested, they're good looking. It's kind of stupid because, some ugly girl will shit test even a handsome guy, which is really odd, which is why you should only date girls of your level or slightly below. If you're dating really, really media ugly girls, why would you go through the shit test she's going to put you through? Anyway, shit tests start from the moment you initiate contact, so be prepared, okay? If you're not prepared, you're just going to flop, you're going to fail, and you're going to lose. So I know some of you are thinking, why should I have to pass a girl's shit test? Well, a simple way to put it is that girls test us in the early stages, okay? They will test you from the early stages, and it is ruthless. Once you have sex with them, then it's all fun to mess with them and test them. That is when we begin our shit tests in a way. So I'll be showing you how you can really mess with them, okay? I'm going to show you how you can have your fun to get back at them if you're about that life. If you're not about that life and you're chilling like me, then you can just, have sex with the girl, leave it at that, that's it. But if you want to really fuck with them, I'll show you how you can do that. And I'm talking really fuck with them, like next level shit, as you can see here. Like, you can really mess with a girl and you can get them to say shit like this. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. And as toxic as it is, I'll be honest with you, a lot of you guys are sat there rubbing your hands together and you're fucking excited because I'll be showing you how you can do that. So, handling shit tests. The tests begin the moment you initiate contact with a girl, and they get easier once you sleep with her. Now, if there was a set mindset for shit tests, it would be to avoid being submissive to them and always act masculine. Every action needs to be masculine because the point of shit tests are to see if you're masculine/manly. So you will come across 8 different types of shit tests when dating girls, okay? And I'll be breaking down every single one in this video for you so you can pass them with flying colors. So here are the 8 tests, okay? Test 1, we will see if you set a date. So if a girl texts you, we will see. That basically means you failed to build up enough trust and banter. And another example we will see is her not giving up her phone number because it's too early. So she's like, I don't give my phone number out too soon. So that's, just another shit test. It's basically where you need to deal with it by building up more banter. Now, in order to deal with this, you must go around the objection and reframe it, as you can see on the example on the right. So as you can see here, this girl went dry and she went, no, I just got some weird news. And then we went, and that is, my stepdad died. And then we said, seems like you need comforting them, Poe. And then she went, something. So this reply here is just ridiculous. Like, okay, I get it, your stepdad died, but why are you telling a guy that on Tinder? I highly doubt this girl's stepdad actually died. Why are you telling a random dude on Tinder? It doesn't matter. It's a shit test, right? So we take it on. And if her stepdad did die, my condolences. But here we go. So I said to her, I'll take you somewhere nice so you can take your mind off it. And then she said, you're sweet. That is how you deal with a shit test. So women do this when they suspect you're a fuckboy or she is seeing another man. They do this to make themselves feel less guilty that they are cheating on that man. So basically, they shit test you to make it difficult. Think of it like having no junk food in your house for a diet, but if you get the chance to eat unhealthy, you would take it. So if you're on a diet and you're cutting and you have no snacks in your house, but then you visit a friend's house and they order pizza, you're probably gonna fucking eat it regardless. You put yourself in the position where you wouldn't cheat on your diet, but then as soon as you went to the wrong place at the wrong time, you cooked yourself. You pretty much ruined your diet. And it's the same situation with girls. Girls will try to make themselves feel less guilty, and they're like, I won't cheat on my boyfriend, but let me make it difficult for this guy, and if he gets through, it's his fault, it's not mine. They really want to push the blame onto the guy, but at the end of the day, most guys don't care. They'll sleep with a girl regardless whether they're in a relationship or not. So in turn, it actually works out for us, and it's better than them straight up saying no. I mean, I know some girls that use dating apps even when they are in a relationship, and they only sleep with the guys that pass their shit tests, and they set up some pretty difficult ones. And that is also another way of them testing if the guy that they're seeing on the dating app is better than their current boyfriend. They always have a backup option, hence why I promote rotations. A lot of girls will say they want commitment, but they don't mean that. Anyway, women do this a lot, and they love seeing multiple men. It is in their nature, and it's literally why I advise, as I said just 2 seconds ago, getting a rotation hot girls. I really want to emphasize and stress how important it is. Instead of limiting yourself to one girl who has hundreds of options, you should be putting yourself out there seeing at least 10 girls at a time. If you're not doing that, you're quite literally shooting yourself in the foot. You should have at least 10 girls with you. Like, if you don't have that, you're going to miss out big time, and you're going to be in a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. Anyway, test 2, changing the time of a date. If a woman tries to push a date back, it's a shit test. Do not accommodate her for it. She wants you to say no, and she wants you to stand your ground and to see if you're firm and see if you respect yourself and your own time. If you change it, you will quite literally lose all respect, okay? If you agree to changing it, she will assume you have zero self-respect, and then she'll flake on you, okay? She'll lose complete attraction, that's it. Now, to handle this, you just got to stand your ground and tell her that this is the only time you can do. She will agree, and she'll always come back round and beg for a date, okay? Test number 3, late to the date. So if a girl is late by 10 to 15 minutes, you got to call her out. If it is less than that, you can let it slide. It's okay. The reason why her being late is an issue is because it shows you don't respect your own time, and she will take notice of that. To call her out, you must be mannered and a gentleman about it. No need to insult or act like an asshole. Okay? All you have to say is next time inform me you're going to show up late since I have plans after this and our date is going to be shorter due to this. Okay? And if it goes later by 20 minutes, you should go home unless she has a legitimate reason, such as public transport issues. I've been on several dates with a girl and I literally looked at them dead in the eyes, right? My eye contact, and I went, "What time is it?" It's 9:15. What time did I tell you to get here? 9 a.m. What happened? And then she would just start panicking, stuttering, and then all of a sudden now the power is in my hands. Because when you put pressure on a girl in a situation like that, but you have good manners, you know, you're well groomed, you're a gentleman, and you're not shouting at her, you confront it like a gentleman with manners, you've quite literally just taken the power and you've made her a little kid. Basically, she's a dumb child and you're a grown adult. And now you have full control of the date. She feels like she's indebted to you. She owes you now. She's going to try her extra hardest to perform on the date. Now, she giggles and laughs in your face and she's like, "Oh, I don't give a shit." You should probably just turn around and you should say, "I don't think I want to proceed with this date. I'm going to go on with my way. I'm going to see you later. Bye." And then she's going to have to walk back home because she's probably relying on you to take her back home in your car. Now, if you don't have a car, then of course, just don't tell her you don't have a car. And, now she's going to feel like a piece of shit. And if you do walk away and she chases after you as well, even more power to you because now it's up to you whether you want to continue to see her. If a girl disrespects you, you should always walk away. That is the only way you can counter that. Anyway, test for emotional push. If she pokes fun at you, this is what you're going to do, okay? Sometimes girls will test your confidence by poking you fun, such as small things like your flaws, right? Like your hairstyle, what you eat on a date, the way you eat. Now, of course, by all means, you should eat with good table manners. You shouldn't eat with your hands from the food. You shouldn't eat like a slob. But let's say you do one small thing, maybe you have a bit of food on your face. All you need to do is do this, okay? You just need to counter it using these tactics. Now, girls do this for a reason, okay? They do it to see if you can handle being challenged because they want a strong, masculine man. When you're in a relationship, girls will challenge you a lot. They'll poke fun at you a lot. It's normal. Even when you're teasing, like when you're in a long-term relationship, girls will continue to tease you. It's just absolutely what they do. And they do this early on to test you. And it may feel like the insult to you, but that's just because you don't understand it. It's just in their nature. On top of that, you need to be more comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, you wouldn't mind it, right? Like if a friend pokes fun at you, you don't care. Now, of course, now you're thinking, well, that's my friend, no shit. But the fact that you're seeing this girl, the reason you're seeing this girl is so that it leads into something more. And for that to happen, you need to be able to show her that you're comfortable around her. Now, the best way to deal with this is either exaggerating or flipping it back onto her. But do not get defensive because this is what insecure people do. And also avoid backpedaling too. Saying this watch costs more than your family's net worth, etc., is going to repulse her, okay? By doing that, all you've done is just look like an insecure guy. I've had plenty of situations where a girl made fun of my watch and I've turned it into a joke. I didn't really care, okay? I didn't give a shit because why should I? A lot of guys are going to be like, boom, Rolex, more expensive than your entire family's net worth. She doesn't care. Now she just thinks you're an insecure guy with a lot of money, with daddy's money, and you're a bum. That's what she's going to think. That's the truth. I mean, if a guy walked up to me and went, boom, AP watch, I would look at them and I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. Like, unless you're giving me the watch, I don't give a shit. Like, nice, you have an AP watch. Give it to me or piss off. Like, I'm not going to change my opinion for that. Now, here's what you're going to do with the girl instead. You're going to flip it onto her, okay? And say, I thought this watch was quite nice considering it's 10k. But if you have a better taste, perhaps you could buy me a new watch then. This is a great way of playing with it. Now, not only did you just express the value of the watch, you also expressed a nice playful joke. Now, this is going to make her either laugh, she's either going to take it in, or she's going to be like, holy shit, I don't think I could afford that. And she might actually pretend to go along with it and buy you a watch. And then when you go into the watch store in your date, she's going to flip it back onto you. She's like, yeah, I'm going to use your credit card. And then you can mess around with it. And if you actually want to buy a watch, feel free. I don't know. But that's the point, okay? Now, another thing you can say is, I was just matching what you're wearing today and it seems to fit well since we both look pretty casual, especially with your hair parting being off today. Now, all of these small little remarks, this is how you deal with it, right? This is how you work with it. If anyone's ever thrown an insult at you in life, the only time you'll backpedal or try to defend yourself is when you think it's true. When you believe something is true, a negative factor, like if someone calls you fat, the only time you're going to start defending yourself and you're going to start crying is when it's true. But if you go up to a guy that's muscular and you call him fat, he's probably going to laugh it off and he's going to think, yeah, you know what, I am fucking fat. Maybe I need to shred down a bit more. that is the honest truth. The only time you defend yourself or you backpedal is when you're insecure, and that goes not just for girls, but that goes for any situation in life. If someone makes fun of you, don't backpedal. Don't try and defend it. Don't try and stand for what they said and, try and justify it. Try to go around it, or try to poke fun at them, or try to exaggerate, or try to be funny about it. That's it. If you do anything else, you're just gonna fuck up. That's the truth, okay? Now, test 5, pay for me. If she asks you to pay on dates. Now, if a girl asks you to pay for on a date, it's another test to see if you listen. It's to see if you are compliant. If she asks for you to pay, you must not pay. If she is late, you have to put the first round of drinks on her. So as I mentioned earlier throughout the video, call a girl out when she's late on a date. Then what you can do later on the date is tell her you're going to pay for these drinks. The first round is on you for being late. Now, another cool way you could also put this, if you want to, a lot of you can't do this if you work at McDonald's, this isn't going to work for you. You could say, maybe I should bill you for my time. My time is $1,000 an hour or some shit. Now, obviously, that's an exaggeration thrown from, just random numbers. But you could say that. Now, these are cool ways you can get around it. Now, as I said, if you work at McDonald's, please do not say that your hour of a time is $1,000. Because when you rock up in, like a pretty cheap car, right? Like, and you're wearing regular clothing, girls can smell it. Now, if you have the body language, you can convey it, and you're okay with lying, and you're okay with, tricking a girl just so you can get quick and easy sex and get into her pants, then feel free to lie. You can tell her you're an investment banker for all I care. But if you want a meaningful relationship with this girl, do not lie. If you want to just get into her pants as fast as possible, then feel free to tell her all the bullshit you want, which is completely fine. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, after this, then you can spend money on her, and if you wish her and you act like a gentleman, then after this, you can spend money on the girl, and if you wish, you can act like a gentleman where you don't split the bill. So I personally never split the bill unless the girl's a bitch, right? If the girl's a bitch, I'm not paying for it. In fact, sometimes I'll literally just pay for my food and then leave. That's it. I don't stick around. But because of my senses, I can tell when a girl is a bitch pretty much the moment I meet her. Just from the demeanor, the way they walk, the way they look, the way they... everything, right? I analyze this shit subconsciously because I teach it. This is what I'm good at. And because of that, I can tell if a girl's just not worth my time. Now, for most of you, if you feel like a girl's been a bitch on a date, just pay your half and leave. Like, just pay your food off and leave. That's it. Now, if you want to be a gentleman, of course, and you're dating a girl and you think she's worth it, pay the bill. Don't be that guy. A lot of girls would be like, no, we can split the bill. If you split the bill with a girl that you genuinely really, really like, and because she didn't let you, in her head, she's going to tick a box. She'll be like, this guy's a fucking loser. He let me pay the bill. Believe it or not, even though she's saying, no, we can split the bill, do not split the bill. Don't. Now, if a girl asks for it, okay, say no. Okay, if a girl asks for you to pay for it, right, and then she says no sex on the first date, you have to put them in their place, okay? Because why is she telling us what to do? Shut the fuck up. That is an unspoken rule. So this is what you do when, a girl says, oh, by the way, we're not having sex on the first date. You're going to put them in their place. You're literally going to say to them, I wouldn't have sex with a girl on the first date anyways. Are you okay? Why is that even coming up? Are you trying to have sex? You flip it onto them. And that should piss you off as a guy. Why is she bringing up the idea of sex, right? Like, this is so ludicrous. Who has sex with someone on the first date? Definitely not us, right, guys? Anyway, the point is, flip it onto them, make them look like the villain, and you're going to make them feel like that they're in debt or they owe you. Because a lot of girls that are high and mighty and they're high up in their chair, they will unfortunately try and bring up this point of we're not having sex on the first date. It's not worth mentioning. I don't understand why girls mention it. I suppose it's a shit test, and girls are just worried that a lot of guys are going to use them, pump and dump, and I'll be honest, they do. A lot of the guys that I've helped do that. But the point is, shut the fuck up. You don't need to bring it up. Shut up. It's not worth mentioning. If you're on the date, just have the self-control to, as a girl, just not do it. Like, you don't need to tell me on the date, because all you're doing is you're just telling me how I can manipulate you. I mean, these videos are made to give guys advice, so I don't really care. Do whatever you want. If you're a girl watching this, which probably 10% of my audience is, free game for you. Anyway, if a woman asks for you to pay, then this is what you're going to say. You want a gentleman that pays, then you must bring the gentleman out in me and be a good wifey for me, and you're not at that level yet, baby. If you do that, then she will back down and she'll understand, or she'll flirt, okay? Now, test 6, be a gentleman. She tells you to do something for her. So, for example, she tells you to hold a bag. You got to decline and flirt with her, and if you just accept it, you will lose attraction. I'd never hold a girl's bag. I do not hold a bag. I don't care if it's a Birkin bag, Irma's bag. I am not holding your bag. I don't give a shit. I'm not touching that. Now, what you must do is you have to do this, okay? I had a girl say to me, I like a gentleman who holds my shopping bags for me, use your big, strong arms for me, and be a man. This is for manipulation from girls. They will say this often. I told her straight up, I don't do that since you're not at the stage of wifey treatment just yet, but you're close. Keep going there, and I kissed her forehead. It's that simple. Now I got a nice kiss in. Now she's blushing. Now she's really happy, and she's in La La Land, and then she's literally obsessed with me. And then eventually she's going to push for me to order bags and give her that treatment because you always want her chasing the next big thing, the next high. Now, it's about playing her feelings to make her feel special while also maintaining control and respect. It's about playing the man, not the odds. It's the same as poker, right? It's the same with girls. It's about playing the girl, playing her feelings, not trying to use logic, not trying to use, the right morals or whatever crap, holding her bag because she's a small girl. Like, oh, she's small and pathetic, she's weak, she's a little girl. No, play the feelings, not the odds. Don't try and be this white knight. Anyway, test 7, pulling away and distancing herself from you. After a date, you should never text the girl first. You should wait for a text from the girl to text you back to gain full power and control. Even if it takes her a while to text back, wait it out, sit in the fire, and I seriously will ignore a girl for weeks, and that makes them think, what the fuck is this guy doing? He is not begging me. I should beg him. Especially if you're putting you with other girls on your story. Now, obviously, I am getting older and older. I don't do stupid shit like that anymore. I'm not childish. If a girl doesn't text me, I just assume she wasn't worth my time, on to the next. I will sleep with another girl. I don't care. I have the options, and you should too if you've been watching these videos for long enough. Now, you should keep yourself occupied with other things, and you should not be checking for a reply, hoping for one. If you consistently check for a reply, if you consistently swipe on your notifications, you're like, when am I going to get that text back? You're going to drive yourself insane. You will lose the mental battle to text first and give in to it first. It's better to put that burden on her than yourself. Because let's be honest, girls, quite frankly, do not have that much to do. As a guy, one of our special talents and one of our special skill sets is we always have something to do if we have the willpower and discipline to do so. We can go to the gym, we can work on ourselves, we can work on a business, we can meet friends, we can do anything productive. Girls, quite literally, I kid you not, they will bed rot in bed rot and literally all day long. They will swipe on TikTok. They'll probably drink fizzy drinks. They'll forget to eat food. They'll be stupid. They'll do nothing all day. Maybe if you meet a super high quality girl who's super duper productive, even they will go through a test stage at night where they're going to be like, I should message him. I should text him back. As a guy, you have to keep yourself occupied. You will lose the mental battle if you keep checking your messages. I know so many guys that keep checking messages and it's only been 12 hours and the girl still doesn't text them back, but because obviously it went throughout the night, right? The 12 hours after the date, they went to bed. It's been about 8 hours of sleep and a couple of more hours. Then they send another text, and God forbid they send that text, and you know what comes next? Oh, I just see you as a friend. Like, that's exactly what is going to happen. You can't text first. You got to put that burden on them, keep it out of your head, keep it out of your mind. It's the same with masturbation. Just get it out of your fucking mind. Get it out of your head. If you try and track the days and you're like, I feel horny. Maybe if I went on the website, the hub, right? Maybe like just a bit. You're gonna lose the battle. You're absolutely gonna lose the battle because willpower isn't real. It's not real. Discipline is, and cheating to use every advantage you've got in the book, which is distracting yourself and avoiding it altogether. Now, test number 8: being quiet, not speaking on the date. If a girl is silent on the date, you must hold your frame and not act like a clown trying to make her laugh. I know too many clowns, too many guys that try and do the jester act. Stop doing that. You lost all your respect from literally the girl. You must sit in the silence and show her you don't mind it. In fact, you love the silence. You're confident enough to sit there and relax. Also, please don't check your phone and go on the weather app. I know way too many guys are like, let me just nervously grab my phone and shake with my phone. Don't do that, please, 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 please. A lot of guys will go on the weather app. They'll go on Snapchat. They'll try and fake texting more girls. They'll go on Tinder. All you've done is just shown the girl that you can't sit in silence and that you're socially demented. You're just behind. You're regressing. You need to just sit there and hold eye contact and be confident. You don't need to look around. You don't need to be nervous. You don't need to play with the menu. You don't need to play with the cup. You don't need to twiddle your thumbs. You just need to sit there. Think of it as if you're Tommy Shelby. As cringe as that sounds, think as if you're James Bond. Like, can you imagine those people, those figures, twiddling their thumbs when they're sat at a table with a girl? Like, they're just like messing with the menu because the girl's not talking. No, they're just gonna sit there. They're gonna sit there straight faced. Could you imagine me twiddling my thumbs, spinning around in my chair like I have fucking ADHD or autism or something? No, because I wouldn't do that. I will sit there in silence and I'll just enjoy it because I enjoy that. There's not a problem with me for it. My brain isn't nervous. I'm not insecure. Eventually, she's going to cave in and burst all her secrets out and start yapping. And the reason she's going to do this is because there's no girl guru YouTubers out there that help with dating, and girls probably don't have the insider information to know how to handle themselves on dates. If you stay silent long enough, a girl will always burst out secrets. This is why girls are yappers. They talk all the time. You may think, oh, girls don't talk that much to me. That's because you haven't set the right steps in place. After you go on a date with a girl, she will not shut the fuck up. She will keep talking for hours. You will be at a stage where you'll be like, fuck me, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear anymore. They can't stop speaking. And if you just do these things and put these in place, you will get that. Some of you would love that, for a girl to just yap to you non-stop. For me, I just think it's fucking annoying. Shut the fuck up. I enjoy the silence. It's great. It's peaceful. But if you want that, just follow through with it and you'll get that. So, stage 4, how to condition her, okay? Conditioning works on any person at all. It's honestly just simple psychology. It's fair from BF Skinner, so I've got a picture of him. That's not a lame girl, I know. Boohoo. So, the simple idea is to give only a girl attention when she does something we like. For example, if a girl is ignoring us instead of asking for a date or whatever, or giving her number, we heart her reply, okay? That's it. We just thumbs it up. You just give her a thumbs up / heart. Now, if a girl is refusing to go sex, you can just sit there in silence and chill. She's gonna be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's gonna start shaking. She's gonna start moving around. Just ignore it. Just chill. Just sit in silence. Just sit back. Just like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Why should I care? You shouldn't. That's how it should be. And boom, she's gonna crack straight away. No mercy. She's gonna give everything up to you. Girls hate it when you ignore them. And if you don't reward them for something, this is going to make it even more fun. So if a girl does something good, for example, she has sex with you, she bakes you food, don't reward them. Don't give them the verbal reward or the physical reward. Don't tell them good girl. Don't tell them good job. Because when you do that, this is going to build them up to be your ideal girl. Now, you can also use this as a bit of psychology for you in your own life. If you complete something good, stop rewarding yourself with junk food and snacks when you do something good. Instead, say good job to yourself. For example, after I record this video, I'm going to say to myself in my mental note, good job, Deni. You did some good work there. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to go and jerk off or fuck a girl or eat snacks. I'm just going to tell myself good job because I need my validation, no one else's. If I validate myself, I don't need anyone else's. I don't give a shit. I don't care. And you should think the same. Start validating yourself verbally and you'll build up confidence. Now, if you reward yourself with stupid extra external rewards and external factors, you will never ever get to where you want to be in life. Now, stage 5, manipulation with an exclamation mark, because it's really cool. So as you can see here, this guy's gotten his first threesome because of these tactics. Threesomes are so fucking great. But as you can see here, you can use tone manipulation. So you can say to a girl, I really like you, Martha, with a set tone. So let me emphasize this. I really like you, Martha. If you say it with a set tone, it's going to convey indirect signals to what you mean. It's really cool. Now, if she's arguing with you and she's cheated on you or you cheated on her, you can say, I really used to love you, Martha. If you say things like this, it's going to have a set tone and it's going to indirectly signal to her, and she's not going to understand that it's intentional because people do this to people unintentionally. But if you learn to do this intentionally, it's very powerful. So let me give you an example, right? This is something I say to girls at dinner. I've just actually had a fancy bottle of wine back at my place, and you're going to love it, right? And I've booked tickets to this absolutely lovely hotel. I'm telling you now, it's one of the best in the world. And if you come back with me tonight, I will give you the night of your life. And the day after that, I've booked something for us incredible. I'm telling you now, you're not going to want to miss this. If you miss out on this, you're going to miss out on an experience of your lifetime. You've got work tomorrow? Don't worry about work. I've got it covered, okay? Don't worry, okay? I'm Mr. Successful. I've got this covered. If you come with me tonight, I promise you, you will have the best night of your life. Shit like that, right? Like that's me truthfully going into an act of how I talk to girls. That is how you talk to girls. You talk to them like they're children. You try and sell them the dream. You try and bullshit them. You can literally bullshit your way into a girl's pants. It's not hard. If you talk to a girl seriously, like it's a business meeting, you're probably going to fuck up big time. I know way too many guys that talk to girls logically and they don't get what they want. If you do what I did just there, I promise you, you'll get so much more success. Anyway, doing this indirectly communicates your intentions and places fear in their mind. It's a neat trick to get. Okay? When you just saw me give that example, what did I do? I emphasized the words that were exciting. I made my voice lower for the words that were more buffer words. I emphasized the importance of words that were going to incentivize her to want to go on that date. I incentivized her. All of the words I used, they were like up, down, and I had pitching, I had tonality, I had aggression, I had friendliness. All of these things mixed into one, and boom, that constructed a perfect way of me talking to a girl. Now, obviously, that was off the top of my head. I ripped it. You know, if you're having a conversation, it's going to go a little bit differently. It's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, when you perform in person as well, you might have an anxious or performance anxiety if you're doing it for the first time. All of these variables. But that's a really rough example. Now, I could probably make a full video on that. It's a topic in of itself, but that will come soon. But that rough example should give you an idea exactly of how it will all works. If you do this trick, it will incept the thought you're leaving. Okay. If you put the one saying, you know, I really used to love you, you know that, and now you've done this to me, I can't believe you. I can't believe you, Martha. You really did that to me, and I really used to love you, but I don't think this is gonna work out. Okay? If you say it just like that, okay, she will fucking beg to be with you. She will beg. She'll chase you. And what you've told her is you're gonna leave her. You've incepted it. You made her believe it. But the truth is, you probably just want to sleep with her and you don't really care. You don't give a shit. And that is how you perform this. It's really simple. It's straightforward as that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this video has given you the information you need to do well with your dating life. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.